Now, please look to the screens for the next inductee.
I met Ben because Ben emailed me when he was in Full Sail. And I was like rapping, almost done with a Bieber album. And Ben was like, hey, I'm gonna be in LA, love to meet you and like say hi or whatever. I was like, let me see what's up with this guy. And so I invited him to the studio on some fly on the wall type of scenario. After that, I was like, yo, I'm coming to LA, get you a job. Yeah, I mean, making records with people is a very intimate process, right? So it's like full trust. It's like letting go of everything and trusting the person that you're with and all your vulnerabilities and flaws. And so it takes a certain person to be able to do that with another artist. And, you know, Ben has those qualities. If I were to describe Ben Rice to someone that doesn't know him, he's got a good beard, better than me. He cares about his craft, he cares about his family. He takes pride in what he does and, you know, puts everything he has into it.
Wow, it has been a minute. Last time that I was in this room was for my final project. 12-year-old me that gravitated viscerally to music, that's a part of me that's always there. I would start sneaking into the church where my dad was working and no one's around, so I'd turn on the radio and start practicing. That was the beginning for me. Just sitting down, playing drums or picking up a guitar or listening to music now, things that I've always loved. It's the same feeling. My high school had this mentorship program. They encourage you to find an employer in that career field and ask their permission to shadow at their place of employment. So I looked up recording studios and lo and behold, there were a few. And that was kind of the next hook. First time seeing a control room, which at the time seems like a spaceship. Nothing makes any sense. There's all these knobs and buttons and lights. The activity on both sides of the glass, the producer and the engineer doing their job and the band setting up. And they took me under their wing and we just had shared interests, a shared love for creating, recording, making music. But at a certain point, it started to feel like I wanted something else. My younger brother had already joined the Army, and that was something that was very inspiring to me. So I quietly started thinking about a career in the military as well. I had an injury and had a medical discharge a few years into my career, and then found myself back at this place of, what do I do now? How do I find my way back to music? And that's when I started looking into Full Sail. And one thing led to another, we came and toured, and I knew that this was where I wanted to kind of start my life over again. My wife and I found out that we're pregnant, and we're gonna be moving here and starting this new phase in our life. My son was born April 7th. I remember the class, because I remember the test that I had to make up. That's a day that's hard to describe. It's the best day in the world. Your whole life changes. When I was about 3 months away from graduation, I got a call from my career development counselor saying that there was an engineer named Josh Goodwin who had reached out to the school, and one of the requirements was to be able to move to Los Angeles upon graduation if something were to develop. Bought a ticket and flew to LA that weekend. I just wanted to strike while the iron was hot and be like on his mind in case something were to happen. Told him I was in town as if I was just passing through. He offered to make a phone call to Record Plant to get me an interview. So I find myself at Record Plant interviewing with Rose Manchurni, and a week or two later, I get a call asking, can you come tomorrow? We're gonna give you a shot. So a year or so into this job as a staff engineer there, Rose pulled me aside and said that Gaga was gonna be booking long-term and wanted to assign me to that session. And that was really the beginning of my relationship with Gaga and her team.
You just finished the soundtrack. How do you feel?
I went high. We just started to have a rapport where we could discuss the sounds, and it just felt like the same relationship I had with my bandmates when I was in college. I went on the road with her, so she would finish her sets around midnight, maybe 1, and then we'd go on the tour bus, and I had a recording rig, and we would write and record ideas till 4 or 5 in the morning sometimes. This is talking about Shallow, Record of the Year, Song of the Year. To have this where it talks about the song itself and my work with LG and Bradley, a huge moment in my career, and then a Father's Day letter from my son. I would keep these things in my journal as like a bookmark, but also just like a grounding refresher of what matters. Julia Michaels and myself wrote all the songs for this movie. It's a movie called Wish. And to see it come to life from storyboards to full final animation was truly an unforgettable experience. And one of my favorites is a song called Knowing What I Know Now. And as drums being my first instrument, I really wanted this song to have a lot of that. So I was like, I felt free, like, yeah, why don't I just do lots and lots of drums? So Julia had an idea in the bridge of, what if we speed up and kind of get nuts with drums? And that sparked something in me, and I was like, okay, cool, let's go up 10 BPM. I went over to my drums, played a bunch of like tom fills, and that really just took the song in a direction that it really needed to go. It kind of reignited a passion in me and a love for how would I approach this as a musician on this song? I need to play something. And so it really forced me to dive back into those roots. I love that I've been able to work with so many incredibly talented people, to learn so much, and to be so fortunate to be a part of things that have had impact in the world that mean something to other people.
To introduce Benjamin Rice, please welcome producer, composer, and mix engineer, Full Sail Hall of Famer, Josh Goodwin.
Hello, everyone. Before we get Ben up here, we have a special message to watch.
Hey, Ben. It's Jay and Eric, your best buddies from your hometown. We just wanted to say congrats about getting into the Hall of Fame. We're proud of you. We wish we could be there to celebrate with you, and we just appreciate all we've learned from you. I mean,
lots of things.
Like, here's some stuff we've learned from Ben. Like
this EQ curve.
This is called a plug-in.
Yep.
And that EQ curve,
it's the smiley face.
Eric uses that on a lot of stuff.
Everything.
It's like the first thing you do.
Yeah, it works on everything.
And then you on the master bus, you put it on that
smiley face.
Yeah,
every time.
And I put on my bass guitar, I do the inverse. It sounds just really meaty,
kind of funky.
Yeah. That's cool. But seriously though, we're very, very proud of you. Wish we could be there, and we love you.
Congrats.
Benjamin, Nate here. Congratulations on being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I just wanted to say I honor our friendship. I'm so excited for you. This is truly an amazing honor. Your integrity and your work ethic are beyond reproach, so it does not surprise me that you find yourself here this evening. I just wanted to say congratulations 100 times over. I'm so sorry I couldn't share this evening with you, but I'm so happy for you. Can't wait to chat with you on the phone afterwards. I'm sure we'll have a good laugh about it. Much love.
Mr. Ben Rice, I have known you and gotten to work with you since like 49 AD. Not only have we written songs for my album together and for other people's, but we have also gotten to make a whole movie together over the last 3 years. And I couldn't think of anybody better to have done it with. You are such an incredible writer, producer, friend, inside and out. And you are so deserving of what is happening today. I know you're probably like stroking your beard right now and you're in disbelief that this is happening because you feel like you don't deserve it, but you are so deserving. I hope you really take this in today and you enjoy it. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy that there's a room full of people that get to experience how special you are today.
Ben, you are our heart, our gentle giant, a listener, a counselor, and a friend. You have steadfast strength and have stayed the course. I'm so proud of who you are and all you have accomplished. I love you.
Ben, there's two things that stick out to me about you: your work ethic and your humility. You are so deserving to be acknowledged for all of your accomplishments, and there are no words that could express how proud I am of you. We love you.
Tonight we open up the books. It's my honor to induct Benjamin Rice into Full Sail University's Hall of Fame.
Okay, well, that was awkward. Way too many nice things to be said about me, but I really appreciate that. I've thought a lot about what I might say or may not say, and written down a lot of things, and every time I did, it turned into something way too long. And I'd be up here forever, and my wife would fall asleep, and my kids would just say, we're supposed to go to Disney World tomorrow, can you wrap it up? So. The most important thing that comes to my mind that I just really want to say is just to shine a light on my wife. It doesn't count for crying if you just stop, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be here without her. We wouldn't have been able to raise our family and pursue a dream at the same time. That's been difficult, but I think what I'm proud of that is that we've been able to raise our family, showing them that you can work hard and pursue something. And I'm still stopping. I wrote stuff down, but I can't read it, so I'm just kind of winging it. To show them what's possible. Chase your dreams, work really hard. I'm very moved to see those videos from my dear friends. My bandmates were super important to me, still are. That really shaped kind of how I view music today. Loving and appreciating both sides of the glass as a performer, as a producer, as a writer, as someone helping capture someone else's vision, as someone trying to create it yourself. And I learned that with my bandmates. Something happened in my life where I just felt the itch to do something more, follow my brother's footsteps. I wanted to join the Army and do something important. I chose to join the infantry, and I wanted to be a paratrooper. Airborne. And I wanted to try out for the Green Berets. That's what I wanted to do. So Nathan, who you just heard from, is one of my best friends in my entire life. I met him in that process. I was successful in getting into the Special Forces with Nathan. Months into our training after that, I had an injury and a medical discharge, and that part of my life, unfortunately, came to a close. I've celebrated him. He still serves today. That's why we're still so close, and he'll give me a good laugh about this later. Tell me I should have been stronger, not cry. But that's okay. I love you, Nathan. I just love my wife, my kids. I just want to do the best I can. I want to honor them. I think my job is really important in the sense that I get to serve other people, serve their vision, serve the artists. Ideally make something that's important not to just the artist or myself, but to other people, whatever that may be. I have to thank Josh. I want to give you a special thank you. I know I've said thank you to you a lot in my life. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have moved to LA in the first place. I did buy that plane ticket and skip school, and I don't think you knew that. I just showed up. like I was just passing through. I had that much respect for you then, and even more now. Was it not for you, I would not have moved there. But beyond that, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have had such a stellar example of how to carry yourself, how to be excellent. And you've poured excellence into my life still to this day. You and your wife, Buffy, y'all have both helped shape my career. Y'all have helped just bring me along, and when I've needed the help, you're always there. So I really appreciate it. Love you, bro. My admissions counselor's here, Kadina. It's the first person I called when I was trying to decide where I wanted to go. She brought me some of the first emails I ever sent her today, and that was really cool. And I was very embarrassed by the very lengthy emails that I was writing her. You know, with that injury and not knowing what I was going to do next, my background was music. That was always my passion. My wife was there, and was like, I know I want to go back to music. What could I do? And I Googled some schools, found Full Sail, so shout out to Google for sending me to Full Sail. I really appreciate that. But Kadina was so warm and inviting and had such empathy for me and for my story, and knew I was trying to do something different and start a new chapter in my life. And so we chose to come here. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, like it said maybe in that video, I can't remember, I kind of blacked out halfway through. My wife and I found out we were pregnant on the way to move here. That's why I love her so much. She's so strong. That's not an easy thing to do, to be a student. Coming out of the military and to raise a child and to be a full-time student with no family, no friends, just kind of figuring it out. And that's kind of been our path, and she's always been that for us. Whatever's happening, I love it. I can't see it. My son, who's 13, is here today. He was born here. You know, I've always been a motivated and driven person, and having him in my life has made me more motivated and driven than I could have ever imagined. And now my daughter, who was born in Los Angeles, where we live now, it's the same thing. And it's the love of my life to raise them and to have them experience moments like this and to see what's possible if you just work hard, be kind, and just do your best for people. To do the sleepless nights, to do whatever it takes to be the best that you can. I'm fortunate to be in a place in my career now where I can spend more time with them, try to make up for the time that I lost, and I'm very appreciative of that. I have to thank my teachers, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't have learned anything while I was here. So, thank you for your time, for letting me pester you and ask you extra questions. Thank you for coming up to me when I've come back to visit and sharing your heart and your thoughts and being there for me once again, and for showering me with your compliments that I'm not good at accepting, but I really appreciate that every single time. My early mentors, Greg White and Frank Pryor, the first studio I ever was a runner at, was an intern at, showed me the ropes, still friends of mine to this day. I learned so much from them, so thank you. To Rose Mancherney, the boss lady, record plant, always will be. I was so lucky that I got to work under her, and thank you to Josh for setting up that interview so I could convince her to please hire me, and she did, and that changed my career as well. She's been, you know, she has shaped the music industry in more ways than one, and I'm one of those people, and I thank you, Rose, for what you've done for me and for so many others. Gary and Isis, your house is very nice, and I had a great time last night. Yeah. Thank you for having us in your home. Thank you for building a world where we can, you know, the misfits, the introverts, all the things that have been said, or just where you're trying to reinvent yourself, start something new, make a calculated risk. This is a place where you can do that. Thank you for creating that for all of us. I look forward to coming back more and giving back to the students. What Josh has done for me and what so many other people have done for me, it's my duty to pay that forward, so I look forward to doing more of that to the students. To my mom and dad, I love you very much. Thank you for that video. My mom's been battling cancer for a long time, and my strength, comes a lot from watching her strength and watching how they carry themselves. I'm gonna stop. One more time. It's the last time, I promise. To my in-laws, Mark and Tony, for welcoming me into your family from the very beginning, for always being there with us, for being there with us today, for watching the kids for us so we can have a good time. I really appreciate everything that you do for us, and I love you all very much too. I have to thank Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper and Julia Michaels and all the just amazing people that have empowered me, given me a chance. I went from assistant engineer with Gaga to one conversation and a high five, and I was her engineer the next day, and it built for years after that. And I've been so fortunate to make things I'm so proud of with people like her, with people like Bradley, who have treated me as an equal, who have given me respect, and who have motivated me to always do my best for them. Same for Julia, who's become one of my best friends. Someone who, when I need to be picked up, she picks me up. When she needs to be picked up, I pick her up. And to be able to have a collaborative friendship where we can create something that we really do love together, it's very, very special. There's a lot of artists that I can say that about, but I definitely give a very special shout out to them. Tell you that I love you very much, and I can't wait to get back to work as soon as I'm back. I promise I'm coming back, and we're gonna get back to work. To the students, just do your best. Be kind, be humble. Pick the brains of your teachers. If I'm a guy from a small town who has had to reinvent himself a few times, tried things, worked hard. If I can do this, whatever this is, I don't know what's even going on anymore or how I'm here, but success can be anything. It's not about awards. It's not about fame. It's about the journey along the way. It's about all the little moments. It's about growing, finding yourself, and making those around you better. And I've been very, very lucky to be surrounded by people who have always made me better. So thank you very much. And I'm done. That's it.